Pretty much. Disclaimer. Once upon a time, in a small hamlet at the edge of the woods, there lived a young woman, man, person. We'll do woman for all of you. Who, despite many hardships, grew up to be gentle and strong. Your body type 1 and 2. I guess the other one is male, so only one body type. With a face as kind as it was lovely. Face 1, 2, 3. I'll go with the 4. And hair that was the envy of all who looked upon it. I'm already going for number 2 on this one. Yeah, I'll go with number 2. It's pretty. Begin the story. Ella. Chapter 1, The Fae Forest. The sun shines bright, but cold through the ancient trees, settling on the forest floor in patterns of shifting, lace-like shadow. You tread carefully across the uneven ground, singing quietly to yourself to feel the deep stillness that wraps the forest like a woolen blanket. Brighter than a silver chain, my love for thee, my love for thee. It will not tarnish, never stain, my love for thee, my darling. You kneel beside a patch of wild fennel, cutting a handful of the slender stalks to join the other herbs already in your basket. Sweeter than a sparrow's cry, my love for thee, my love for thee. It soars on wings across the sky, my love for thee, my... Your voice catches as the bushes ahead of you give a sudden shake, followed by a low whine and the sound of labored breathing. Oh! You stand quickly, brandishing your small knife and watching the bushes with your wary eyes. When no wild beast or monster emerges, you creep cautiously towards the sound of distress. Rounding a low bush, you spy a wolf caught in a hunter's snare. Blood seeps slowly from its leg, and its eyes flutter weakly. Oh, you poor thing. As you come closer, the wolf's eyes fly open. It jerks towards you, growling and snapping. Ah! You drop your basket in fear, but the pain in the wolf's eyes grips your heart. You can't just leave it here to suffer and die. I'll try to calm it down. You lower yourself to the ground and show your hands, speaking softly. Shh, I don't mean you any harm, you poor thing. I'm here to help. The wolf watches you with suspicion as you reach out to grasp the snare. You bite your lip, glancing at the ferocious teeth as your hands fumble with the trap. That's it, almost there. The wolf limps forward, hackles raising as it bares its teeth in a vicious snarl. Please, no, I was only trying to help you. The wolf lunges forward, too scared to run. You squeeze your eyes shut, preparing for the worst. But instead of teeth closing around your throat, you feel the strong hand seize you by the shoulders, moving you swiftly to one side. Oh! You open your eyes, realizing that you're no longer alone with the wolf. One black-clad arm is wrapped around your chest, holding you against the powerful figure that stands at your back. Ooh. You turn your head to catch a glimpse of your savior's face. This book is a single love interest. Be sure to choose the one who leaves you spellbound. I see a man. We have number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, which would be female. I'll go with number 1. The wolf growls, advancing on you again. You flinch, squirming to get away, but the stranger's grip on you only tightens. Spice-scented breath ghosts across your cheeks as the newcomer speaks in a cold, commanding tone. Be still. You shiver, his words a cool caress along your spine. You obey them without thinking, surrendering even as your heart beats against your chest like a frightened bird. The wolf takes a hobbling step forward and hesitates as it looks up to the man behind you. After a few tense seconds, the wolf slinks away in the trees. The stranger releases his hold and lets out a soft gasp, feeling strangely unsteady on your own feet. Oh, goodness, thank you. I thought I was... Your words trail away in nothing, as the stranger's dark eyes lock on yours, freezing you in place as surely as if you were still staring into the eyes of a wolf. Are you hurt? His words seem to break some spell, and you manage to look away from those piercing eyes to take in the rest of him. Beneath the rich clothes, his form is lean, powerful. The quiet intensity of his bearing seems to magnify his already considerable height. No, I'm all right. Are you my hero? The stranger gives you a long, penetrating look. I'm no one's hero. You could have fooled me, swooping in to save my life as you did. You shake yourself off and dip your head politely. Where are my manners? Thank you so much for coming to my rescue. I owe you my life. The threat here was of your own making. Wildlings are dangerous, wounded ones doubly so. Maybe so, but it was the right thing to do. I couldn't simply walk away when another living thing was suffering, not when I could do something to help. Even at the risk of yourself? You stepped in to save me, didn't you? Surely you can understand the impulse to help a creature in need. The stranger holds your gaze for a long moment. There's something mesmerizing and slightly unsettling about that stare. When he finally looks away, you can't help feeling a little disappointed. Take this. Something tells me today is not the last time you will find yourself in trouble. From the folds of his cloak, the stranger produces a ring fashioned to look like a twisted vine. Throw this ring to the ground and it becomes a snare of brambles to entrap your foe. You may do this 3 times. The power will be gone. So it's a magic ring, then? Yes. You almost laugh, but something in the stranger's face makes you wonder if he's being serious. Could this actually be magic? Real magic, like in the stories? Is a most generous offer. Why give such a treasure to someone you just met? The stranger's eyes flick up to yours and your pulse quickens. Such a soft heart would get you killed in this place. I would rather know you are safe. Except the ring. You take the ring from his outstretched hand and slip it onto your finger. For an instant, you feel the slightest hum, almost a tingle where the ring touches your skin, but a moment later it's gone. I thank you for your generous gift. It's nothing. Even if it's just a ring, the gesture itself warms you. A chill wind rustles through the trees, and for a moment you catch a glimpse of the sky, streaked orange with the first blush of sunset. Oh, I didn't realize how late it was. Forgive me, I must be heading home. Thank you kindly again. Farewell. Do not try to agonize any more wild beasts on your way. You dip your head politely and turn, scooping up your basket and hurrying back towards home. At the edge of the woods, you pause, looking back over your shoulder. The stranger's gone, leaving only deep shadows and shifting leaves. Oh, I never asked him his name. Something about his words brings back memories of another warning long ago. 15 years ago. How many times have we told you, Ella? You are not to enter the woods. You stare guiltily down at your feet, covered in dirt from your day in the forest. I'm sorry, Papa. I was trying to find the magic herbs. Magic? What are you talking about, girl? To help you and Mama. Everyone says Fae Forest got magic herbs that can make people well again. Father runs his hand over his face as he crouches before you. You risk a glance, and in the late afternoon light, he looks very tired. Ella, I know it's been hard since your ma and I got sick, but there's a good reason that the village's walls got all that iron in it. One step over the wall, and you're at the mercy of a Fae, trickster, spirits, and worse. And at night, a wicked winged creature prowls the trees, looking to gobble up stray children. Why is the winged monster so mean, Papa? Because it's a monster. It's the nature of monsters to be wicked. Well, I wouldn't let the monster eat me. I would find something else to eat. I wonder if the monster would like blackberries. They're my favorite. Your father sighs, drawing you into a tight hug. You have a kind, trusting heart, my child. But if you're not careful, it's going to get you hurt someday. present day. As night falls, you serve drinks at the village tavern where you've worked for most of your life. Evening, Nadine. Hello. How's little Mathilda? Not so little anymore. She's walking now, determined to chase those poor chickens around all day. Ella, what's this I hear about you running around in the Fae woods? Oh, just a little ways past the wall. You know our soup's only so good because of those wild herbs. Besides, some stories say Fae are good. Sometimes they even give gifts to those who are kind to them. You trail off, your thumb smoothing across the intricate surface of the stranger's ring. It couldn't be, could it? Tell me you wore iron at least, or turn your stockings inside out. Ma always said salt would scare them away too, but I heard... No need to scare the poor girl with this nonsense. No one's ever seen a Fae creature since my grand's time. Nonsense. You know my cousin hasn't been right since he tried to go hunting out there. It ain't pixies and giant Fae cats walking off with my sheep at night. Too bad the wall's too short to keep the wolves out. That would be useful. As you bend to put down their drinks, Arthur, the drowned town trunk, grabs your arm and leers in your face. Are you on the menu tonight, gorgeous? I'll give Arthur, remember, supposed to be kind-hearted, a bright brush off. You smile tightly, face burning, as you pull away. You just enjoy that drink, Arthur. You head back to the bar to catch your breath. Tamara, the old widow who owns the tavern, and who took you in after your parents died, shakes her head. I'll be up here and fetch some water from the well out back. She shoots you a weathering glare or shoots it at Arthur, still sulking into his drink. And take as long as you like. I will, thank you. Outside, the noise of the tavern fades away into the cool quiet, as if you're sunk beneath the surface of a moonlit sea. You breathe in the grass-scented air, taking a moment to compose yourself. I swear that man. Shaking your head, you move towards a well, a spot of deepest black against the silver-painted landscape. As you lower the bucket, something shifts in the darkness below. Squinting, you can make out a faint red glimmer down at the very bottom. That's odd. Pulling on the rope, you eventually manage to scoop the strange light into your bucket. As you raise the bucket back up, the object slowly comes into view. It looks like a crystal. It's pretty. Beautiful. Despite the cold water, the stone is warm beneath your fingers as you scoop it out of the bucket. Strange gemstone, it's glowing. You hold it up, marveling at the soft red light at its center, when the stone suddenly flashes a brilliant crimson dissolving in your hand. Ah! The glowing mist flows inward, seemingly to sink into your chest. A moment later, it's gone, but now there's a low, warm pulse thudding inside of you. What just happened? You find your eyes find the low stone wall at the edge of the village, studded with iron spikes to ward off Fae creatures and their wicked magics. On the other side of the wall, the forest looks wilder, older. Ghostly lights seem to dance between the trees. Magic, this must be, unless I'm dreaming. Something inside seems to tug you towards those ancient trees, and the light flickering within. Entranced, you find yourself walking towards them closer and closer, when a sudden voice calls out from behind you, breaking your trance. Hey, you! You look back to see Arthur following you out of the pub, his eyes huge and greedy. I saw you take that big jewel out of the well. Where did it go? The jewel... it just vanished. I don't know what happened. One moment it's there, and then... Don't lie to me. Thought you'd give it all to yourself, eh? Arthur staggers closer. Pulling a short knife from his belt, he brandishes it unsteadily, moonlit, glinting dully off the tarnished blade. Who you stole that from, but that jewel don't belong to no village orphan. Give it over. I don't have anything. You try to edge around him, but he blocks your way. I said. He grabs, or makes a grab for your wrist, and in a panic, you vault over the stone wall and run into the forest. You hear Arthur's heavy panting as he follows you into the trees. Black tree limbs reach like clawed hands, scratching your skin, catching in your clothes, and hair slowing you down. Come back here, you little thief! Get away from me! You tear blindly through the trees, dodging wicked-looking shadows left and right. Wait, the ring! Suddenly, remembering the gift of the magic ring, you twist it off your finger. Throw it to the ground. Please work. Turning, you hurl the stranger's ring on the ground behind you. There you are, you... Just as Arthur catches up, a mass of thorny bramble bursts from the earth. Arthur bellows and tears the massive vine, sees him, lifting him high into the air. What the blazes? Get it off! Get it off me! He was telling the truth. It is magic. The ring materializes on your finger once more as Arthur begins to sob and thrash, dissolving into hysterics. It's got me. Ella, run and get help. You want me to help when you chased me in here to begin with? I didn't mean anything by it. I was just trying to attack and rob me. Arthur slashes wildly at the vines with his knife, even as they creep steadily around him, curling and shifting. I'm not getting beat by some damn witch plant! Oh no. With a few frenzied cuts, he's nearly freed himself from the vines. Before Arthur can make another move, the canopy over your head seems to explode. What? It happens too fast for you to react. You hear the crash of splintering branches, then you're knocked to the ground. A maelstrom of black feathers and shining claws tear past you, slamming straight into Arthur. Trembling, you look up to see Arthur on the ground, writhing in pain as blood seeps from deep slashes across his back. Standing over him is a monstrous creature unlike any you've ever seen, and yet the moment its cruel eyes meet yours, you know exactly what it is. It's probably the stranger. The winged beast. It's real. Ah! Arthur frantically swipes at the creature with his knife, which only enranges it further. I'm gonna run. Nah, he left me to, Seizing your chance while the creature is distracted, you turn away from the terrible scene, start sprinting as fast as you can. Nothing I can do for him. I have to get away. Arthur screams, and those of the creature echo chaotically through the trees, slowly fading as you tear your way through the dark forest. Panic pushes you onward, even as your legs start to ache to your terrified mind. Every shadow is a crouching monster, every glint of light is a terrible eye, and every gust of wind, the sound of wings. Until you notice another sound coming from somewhere ahead, something almost like... It's music. There's someone up there. Music, laughter. Desperately, you run towards the sound. Is someone there? I need help, please. The light comes into view between the trees, the music growing louder, voices more distinct. Abruptly, you stumble into the spacious grove, cheerfully lit and filled with exquisitely dressed people lounging on silk cushions. The laughter stutters to a halt as you collapse to your knees, gasping for breath. Every face turns to stare at you, their bright eyes blinking in puzzlement. Please help me. Too late. You notice the uncanny beauty of those faces, the heart-aching grace with which they turn their lithe bodies to face you. Fear of a different kind grips your heart as you realize these are not people. These are Fae. What's this? A mortal. Can it see us? I believe it can. How very odd. There is a strangest magic everywhere. Golden wine glows like the sunlight in their goblets. Instruments play without another or anyone touching them, and light hangs in the air, flameless, with no strings or chains holding them. As you're wondering whether to run and take your chances with the beast, a beautiful golden-eyed Faye calls out to you. Oh, you poor lovely thing. What has happened to you? The winged beast, it's real. It tried to... Oh, we know of this monster. Come here. Nothing will harm you in this place, I swear it. Legs still shaking, you stand, finding yourself drawn towards the warm, reassuring voice. Come, sit. My name is Radiance. He gestures, and a silk cushion slides across the mossy ground, coming to rest beside him. But the winged beast... We have to run. Your heart still pounding away, but Radiance simply shakes his head, unbothered by the danger. Oh, there's no need. If the creature intended to come after you, it would be here already. Though, if it would make you feel safer. Radiance nods to one of the others, a Fae with delicate flower petal patterns across her skin. Her eyes closed in concentration. She sinks her fingers into the soft earth. The canopy above you trembles, branches weaving together like an ornate cage. Oh, I should like to see that monster break through now. Looking behind you, last time you cautiously take a seat on the cushion beside Radiance, who smiles and pats your hand. What is your name, beautiful one? I'm Ella. It is a true delight to meet you, Ella. Honestly, I can't believe I'm meeting some of the Fae. Part of me always believed you were real, but to actually see you... A few of the surrounding Fae start gathering around you, cooing over you, stroking your face, your arms, as though you were a pet. What are they doing? They're curious about you. A human who can see through our illusions. Usually hide us from mortal eyes is quite the novelty. The Fae leave. They're off braiding each other's hair, scampering over to you, faces bright with excitement. Oh, what I would not do to have such hair. You must let us play with it. You must. Go on. You deserve to be pampered of the night you must have had. Yes, let us give you a makeover. And then you can dance with us. Won't you please? You guys are really happy, you know? Alright. Alright, so here's the first one. This is called In Bloom. Accentuate your gorgeous natural curls with flowers from the Fae Forest. The next one is Hearts and Flowers. Step into a new world with this braided updo and accentuated with flowers. Really sucks, because I really like the red hair, right? But I guess I'll do it for now. I digress once again. There it is. The Fae erupt in the giggles, swarming around you like colorful butterflies. Wonderful, now hold still. You feel yourself gently tugged this way and that as the Fae weave tiny flowers into your hair. Your scalp buzzes beneath your touch. Little shimmers dancing in the corners of your vision. Are you doing my hair with magic? Just a little. You're going to adore it, I promise. One of them gasps with delight, taking your chin in hand to examine closer. Hello? Such a sweet face. Oh, I could just keep you forever. Are all mortals, as lovely as you? To be honest... do you consider yourself rather plain, or you aren't the first to say so? Oh, I'm rather plain. The face scoffs, waving a dismissive hand. Humans are no judge of beauty, my darling. It's true, we aren't. Besides you, Radiance stretches luxurious on silken cushions, plucking a delicate candied flower from a nearby tray and offering it to you. You must be famished after all that running. Try this. Candied flower, they look delicious. It actually does look delicious, and also pretty. You take the flower, but only stare at it as Radiance watches you expectantly. Something the matter? We have other things. If violets are not your taste. It's not that, it's just, Ella wants to know if it's enchanted, Radiance. Poor dear doesn't want to wake up a rabbit or toad, or what have you. I mean, I don't mean to be rude. I was just always told the Fae food isn't safe for us. Well, that's certainly untrue. At least most of the time. You take a curious bite of the flower, eyes widening in wonder as its delicate flavor melts across your tongue. Humans are so diverting. It's been an age since we've gotten play with a new one. Tell us more. I love to hear what mortals think of the Fae. I suppose there are stories people tell us at the tavern. Oh, you must share. Yes, humans spin the most delightful nonsense about our kind. Do you know the one about the boy and the wolf? Once a young man fell in love with a girl he met at the market. She was a stranger to the village, and nobody knew where she had come from. But he was determined to ask for her hand, so one night he went into the woods in hopes of meeting her family. He followed her a long way until he could no longer see the village, and when he realized she was lost, he called out to the girl. And then she turned into a wolf and ate him. You shudder, still haunted by the nightmares that tale gave you. The Fae around you giggle merrily, wiping crystalline tears from their eyes. Oh, I love the tales mortal tell. Oh, so outrageous. So, they aren't true? The Fae hide their smiles behind long-fingered hands and laugh as though you've told a joke. There, all done. They're wolves and they're gonna eat you. They're just prepping you. One of them scampers away to fetch an empty dessert tray and hold up the polished service for you to see. Oh my, that's really me? You look wonderful. Now, come and play. I don't trust your ass, I'm gonna be honest. I've read Vampire Girl, I'm gonna be honest. The Fae clasp your hands and pull you to your feet. They swirl in a dizzying dance of glittering colors, ribbons, and silk flying past your eyes. Come on, Ella. Oh, I'm not really a dancer. Well, show you the steps. It's easy. Perhaps something to fortify you first. We have more than flowers to eat. Radiance gestures at the ornate gold and silver tray spread throughout the clearing, many still piled high with exquisite pastries and candied fruits. I'll dance with you. Eat something first. Oh, sweet thing. You look exhausted. Here, try some of these. She leads you to a dizzying variety of tiny desserts, gold-dusted truffles, sugar gems, petite fours, painted with sunflowers. You pick up what looks like a cherry, but has the bright, sour taste of a lemon. Goodness. Magic and light fill the clearing as you watch the Fae whirl around each other with wild, joyful abandon. Before you know it, the dance has swept you up, and you can't help but laugh that bubbles from your throat as you let yourself go, spinning beneath a sparkling canopy of Fae lights. And this is the best night of my life. Finally, cheerful but exhausted, you beg your leave and find your seat again. Radiance follows, handing you a fine stemmed glass. The liquid inside simmers, a pale white flower floating on top. Honeysuckle tea to revive you. The tea is sweet and fresh, and you lean back, unable to remember a time when you felt so alive with your new hair. You almost feel as beautiful as one of them. I can't believe this is real. Do Fae never tire? Hardly. The Sun Court is known for our stamina. The Sun Court. You notice how now none or all the assembled Fae are dressed in bright colors, gleaming white gowns, suits of pale turquoise and shining gold, frilly pink, white flowers, butter yellow lace. It's good you found us. We are stronger of the Fae of the courts. We embody the warmth of the spring and summer, of new growth and bright things. And parties? Oh, most definitely. This revel is nothing compared to when we are at the height of our splendor. On the day of the solstice, you really should see it. Perhaps I will one day. A dreamy contentment settles over you until you can hardly remember why you were afraid in the first place. I do not mean to pry, but I admit I'm curious. Why was the beast chasing you? How did you come to find us? Normally our revels are not nearly so interesting. It hardly seemed real. One moment I'm serving drinks in the tavern, and next... You find yourself telling Radiance the whole story of your horrid night, from Arthur at the bar to finding the odd gem in the well to being chased through the forest. It does sound rather troubling. A gem disappeared, you say. Did you see where it may have gone? You hesitate, still not sure what really happened. But if anyone has the explanation for the odd gem, surely it's the Fae. Well, it was rather hard to believe, but I think it went into my chest. You place your hand over your heart, where, if you try, you can still feel the odd, pulsing warmth within. You think I'm mad. Not at all. There are magical items that can grant true sight to mortals who touch them, though I'm curious how one ended up in your will. Perhaps we could discuss it over more of a breakfast. Breakfast? You're like realizing the sky has begun to lighten above the thick canopy. Oh, I can't believe I've been here all night. Tamara must be worried half to death. Climb your feet, still a bit unsteady, and Radiance does the same, taking your hand gallantly to help you up. So soon? Oh no, we've only just begun the party. You can't leave yet. Please stay. The Fae gather around you, clasping your hands and pouting prettily. Truly, I'm sorry, but I'll be missed before long. I promise I'll come visit again. You've been all so kind. I've always wanted to meet a Fae, and now that I have, there's so much more I want to learn about you. The Fae smiles, hopefully, swinging their hands playfully in their own. Oh, stay, and we'll teach you such stories. A new one every night for the rest of your life. We have so many stories, and no one to tell them to. Aster has already heard half of mine. Yes, and they're all so very tedious. I would love to hear them one day. May I come back another night? But how will you ever find us again? It's true, our lands are vast, and we rarely return to the same spot. Oh. I have a better idea. Now, why don't you come and stay with me in the Sun Palace? Palace? Radiance gives you a smile, so kind, so brilliant, it almost hurts to look at. Well, I mean, his name is Radiance, after all. I am the Day Prince, head of the Sun Court, and next in line for the crown. You'll find no finer place to lay your head than my home. Tonight was only a taste of what your life could be. In my palace, you will experience pleasures, luxuries, beyond anything your mortal world could offer. He holds out his hand, and you gaze at him, wondering, so very tempted. The entire clearing seems to hold its breath, waiting for your answer, but before you can give it, it seems I'm interrupting something. The assembled Fae draw back, revealing another figure, standing at the grove's edge. Ah, that's what he looks like without his hood. You. It is undoubtedly the same man who saved you from the wolf, but somehow more, as if the version you met earlier was but a shadow. It was. His features seemed sharper, skin more lustrous, and without the cloak you're able to see fine, tapered points of his ears. He's one of them. Whispers dart around you as the stranger approaches. Radiance locks eyes with him, then, to your surprise, inclines his head ever so slightly. Well, allow me to introduce you. This is Karen, the Night Prince, head of the Moon Court, and the current ruler of all Fae. Ruler? He turns his gaze on you, brows knitting slightly as he seems to recognize your face. One of your playthings, Radiance? No one told me it was that sort of gathering. Oh, I'm not. Ella isn't mine, not yet. She stumbled upon us by chance and good fortune, too. Apparently she ran afoul of a certain winged beast. Fear not, your majesty, I've offered Ella a place in my court, where she will be safe from that horrid... Karen moves before Radiance can finish, prowling toward you with predatory grace. With a gesture, Karen produces a shining silver pendant, seemingly from thin air. Stand, Ella. You obey the command, automatically unable to look away from those eyes. So dark, so cold, and yet they burn. Slowly, deliberately, Karen ties the charm around your throat, brushing fingers along the sides of your neck. Even that light touch seems to crackle against your skin, making you gasp. Ah, wait. You cannot just appear out of nowhere to lay claim to her. You may wear the crown for now, but propriety still states, mortal. Tell them of our meeting. All eyes turn back to the intensity of all those stares, making you feel a little lightheaded. We met in the woods earlier. He saved me from a wolf. An explosion of whispers sweeps through the gathered Fae as Karen reaches out to touch the charm at your throat. This mortal owes me a life debt, which means that my claim precedes all others. Ella belongs to me now. Okay. Claimed by the ruler of all Fae, how will you keep safe in the court of the cold and mysterious Night Prince? By just being me. I don't know. Anyway. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Please remember to like the video, share the channel, and make sure to subscribe. And if you'd like, you can hit that join button. It's a great way of supporting the channel. There's many tiers. There's also links down in the description of the video where you can also help support the channel that way as well. And it would be greatly appreciated. Again, I try and get the stuff out on time. I put in the reading work. I do the voices. And it would just be great to, again, if you're not able to support in those fashions, that is perfectly fine. Remember, hitting the like button, free, share button, free, subscribe button is free, and bringing other people into the fold of our community is free. And that is the whole purpose of this community, is to continue to grow with awesome, like-minded individuals who just want to enjoy life and not have to go through the troubles of everyday shenanigans, is what we'll call it, of just, yeah. Anyway, hopefully you all did enjoy. Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you all next time. Peace out.